It's such a beautiful day, I just like to stand here for a few minutes and enjoy it, you know? It is really great to be in Abbotsford today, home to agricultural industries and aerospace industries, really a significant and growing and diverse and dynamic community, and one that's going to be represented after this election, I believe, by three outstanding NDP MLAs. Here in Abbotsford West, Keith Dobie is just an outstanding candidate, a young small businessman, dynamic, involved in the community, involved in enormous charity work all over the community. Just a terrific candidate. Who are the Liberals running here? In Abbotsford Mission, Preet Rai, who's been understands government and has worked on the government side, but understands the community profoundly. A school board trustee, been elected, knows the community and will represent it, both Abbotsford and Mission, with determination and force. And Lakvinder Jaj in Abbotsford South, another representative from the business community, who runs businesses across Metro Vancouver, a dynamic candidate who is, I think, making a huge difference there, going door to door. It's great to be here to talk about the economic future of the province and to lay out our plan, in particular for skills training, for post-secondary education, for ensuring that British Columbia has the skilled workers it needs to succeed as an economy, and that young people have the opportunities they need in the future. As you know, these are challenging times, and they presented real challenges for us as we developed this platform, which I think is our top priority in this election campaign, the economy and the skills issue. Obviously, the challenges are what you know. It's what one might call a Liberal trap. The doubling of the debt under the Liberal Party, the dramatic increasing in the debt under the current Premier, 5 consecutive deficit budgets, and significantly another deficit, which is since the Liberals launched their jobs plan, the loss of 34,800 private sector jobs, at a time when the other jurisdictions in Canada have gained 200,000 jobs. So we've lost 35,000 since the jobs plan started, that the Liberals started, and the rest of Canada, the other 9 provinces, have gained 200,000 jobs. So these are challenging times. What it says is that we have to make decisions and set priorities, because the Liberals have left a financial mess, on the one hand. On the other hand, there are significant long-term challenges for our productivity and our economy that we have to address now. This plan seeks to do that. Firstly, the focus on skills training, which I think is been something that I have made a priority for 2 years. Sadly, as you know, this is a real contrast between the government and ourselves. The government has advertised on skills training, but cut the actual budgets for skills training in successive budgets they've announced in the province. We would increase the number of spaces to ensure that young people have the opportunities that apprenticeship provides, and trades and training provides, in an economy where business people tell you, and business people and the hundreds of business people I've talked to and met with over the last couple of years say is that allow young people to seek and find those opportunities. I met business people in manufacturing, for example, who say if they had skilled workers today, they had people with the skills they would be able to hire today. We have projects around British Columbia that could hire British Columbians for family supporting jobs, but there are not sufficient number of skilled workers. And we have young people who are facing significant and long-term unemployment. A future of jobs without people and people without jobs is what we're facing. This plan seeks to address that by investing in the number of spaces, by addressing completion rates, by supporting people in apprenticeship programs with counselors, a system that the Liberals dismantled. And you compare that system, and we have fashioned our system on best practices everywhere. Compare that to Alberta, where completion rates in apprenticeship programs are twice as high as in British Columbia. You see the difference and the comparison and what we can do in our apprenticeship system if we support apprentices and raise standards. Thirdly and importantly, we have to invest in capital. In some public institutions across BC, we have equipment from the 1960s, and one of the things that business people tell me is the frustration both young people feel and businesses feel when people come into a business and after spending significant amount of time and resources and energy on training and aren't trained on the equipment of the 21st century. This is a significant improvement we have to bring. Fourthly, we have to ensure that young people have access to post-secondary education. This is a proposal, of course, that I've laid out and talked about for the last couple of years. The average young person coming out of the post-secondary system today faces a $27,000 debt. The Liberal Party, as you know, eliminated needs-based grants in the middle part of the last decade, around the time that they were cutting the minimum tax on the big banks, and the effect on that on students has been negative. It's wrong. It's simply wrong for our economy and wrong for young people to deny young people access to post-secondary education because they don't have enough money at 18. This doesn't make sense. When we know that 80% of the jobs of the future require post-secondary education, it simply doesn't make sense. We need to also establish partnerships with business. One of the things that I like most about the skills training plan is that we will be working in partnership with business and labor every day for the next 4 years to make it successful. The priority that business and labor have set for the economy, facing the skills shortage, will be the #1 priority of an NDP government. And you see this in the other initiatives we've put forward, including a tax credit for internship programs, which allows young people opportunity and access and promotes those programs that are so successful for young people in a variety of occupations and professions. Ensuring that young people, both in the nonprofit sector but also in the small business sector, can take a full advantage of those kind of programs which allow them to apply what they learn in school to work in business and in the nonprofit sector. And finally, other initiatives that will see us working with business as well to promote venture capital, to promote high tech, and of course to support and continue to build on our long-term success with the film industry. In short, what we have today is at a time when governments have to set priorities, what we've set as our priority for the economy. Ensuring that young people have access to opportunity, which addresses issues of inequality in our society, which allows young people to address those issues of inequality through what I like to call the pre-distribution of wealth, giving them the means to succeed. When there is success in British Columbia, that young people share in that success is crucial. And that we address a major impediment to our prosperity, which is a skills shortage that has grown in recent years, and where in British Columbia, where we have fallen behind other provinces in our support for initiatives. We are adopting here best practices. We've met with the business community, and this reflects that. We've met with the nonprofit and post-secondary system. We've met with students. This is the reflection of both listening and addressing the real needs. And it provides a real contrast in this election campaign. This is not, I would concede, the most exciting thing to announce. It's long-term. It's visionary. It assesses the real needs and addresses the real needs of the economy. It's not a movie pageant on the eve of the election. It's not $16 million in government ads. It's not a retractable roof for the football stadium. Those are their priorities after 12 years in office. Our priorities are these: making sure that young people have the opportunity to succeed, that we have an opportunity society, and making sure our economy is more productive, and that businesses have the skilled labor they need to succeed in the future. This is a hopeful vision, and this is the approach we are going to take to every single issue, putting the emphasis on the long term, on serious initiatives that I think present that will guide our government, not for 1 year or one cycle or one budget cycle, or in the case of the current government, 1 week, but 4 years and beyond that, to make our province better, to leave our province a better place for the next generation by ensuring that the next generation has the opportunities that I've had and that we've had in my generation. My mom and dad came to Canada in the 1950s. My dad worked in business, as did my mom, all their lives. They started a small business together. They didn't have the opportunities I had, but their success in business, their success in maintaining a family business, a small business, a storefront business, for 42 years allowed my sister and my brother and myself untold opportunities. That's our obligation. They've met their obligation, and their generation did other things as well. Our university system, our college system, Medicare, the growth and success of public education programs, that was their generation. Our generation has to focus, I think, on this, ensuring that young people had what I had, what my parents gave me coming to this country, which is the opportunity to succeed and to continue to maintain this as a prosperous and dynamic economy. Thank you very much. I look forward to taking your questions.